Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to talk once again about The Last of Us Part 1 PC port. A lot of you guys have seen the rhetoric about it online. I did a video yesterday talking about it, and we have some updates to talk about. I have, in fact, played about an hour or so of the port. Now, I haven't experienced grotesque crashing. That'll literally break a game, but I've only played like an hour. However, I can immediately tell that this port, either it's just poorly optimized, like there are a lot of graphics options and things like that, but yeah, like this game needs a lot of work for its PC version, and I think we can immediately tell why the game was first of all delayed, kinda, out of nowhere. I don't think a lot of us were expecting that delay. It was only a slight delay. It probably should have been delayed a little bit longer, but we'll talk about that. And then also why there were no pre-release review copies sent out. It's unfortunate, but let's be real. We've seen this happen a couple times before. Most notably, I can remember Forspoken's PC copy did not get review copies sent out before release. And that is a gigantic red flag. Whenever that happens, when PC review copies aren't being sent out pre-release, just a gigantic red flag. Look, they could be like, oh, no, well, we thought the game was good. Oh, we are now aware of these issues. BS. Like, I can understand, if it's minor issues, if there's bugs and glitches here and there, but when it's this bad, oh, it is obvious. It is so obvious. Like, there is no possible way that Last of Us Part 1 is one of those games that could have been released without you knowing how bad of a PC version it was. So that is a little bit of a disappointment because Last of Us is one of my favorite games of all time. Played it all the way back a decade ago on the PlayStation 3, but nonetheless, we'll talk about that more in a little bit. I do want to go over Naughty Dog's statement that they put out on Twitter, noting this. Quote, "The Last of Us Part 1 PC players, we've heard your concerns and our team is actively investigating multiple issues you've reported. We will continue to update you, but our team is prioritizing updates and will address issues in upcoming patches. Our team continues to monitor our support pages. Submit a ticket for any issues you encounter here. For more information, please check out our known issues for the PC version to see some of the issues our team is investigating." So, as far as issues, they're currently investigating the following. Loading shaders takes longer than expected, which, yes, we need to talk about that. That, for me, took about an hour. I am not kidding you. It was taking so long that I took a nap. And woke up and the shaders were finally done. And I was like, alright, time to play the game. But I legitimately, because it was taking so long, I was like, yo, bro, I'm just going to bed right now real quick. Just took a quick nap. It was like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I woke up and I'm like, alright, time to play. But yes, it took a grotesquely long amount of time. If you load it up on the Steam Deck, it'll take a long time as well, and I've heard Steam Deck performance is an abomination, so don't even try it. Yeah, there is that. Performance instability is degraded while shaders are loading in the background. Older graphics drivers leads to instability and or graphical problems. Game may be unable to boot despite meeting the minimum system requirements and a potential memory leak as well. Also, I have to say, I'm running the game on a Ryzen 7 3700X and an RTX 3080. The game defaulted to the high settings for me, the high preset at 1440p, and it was at like 10 gigabytes usage of VRAM, and I was like maxing out on that, so that wasn't great either. If you drop it down to medium, it's like right over 8 gigabytes at 1440p, so bear that in mind. Medium might be the route you want to go and play this game, but this is a PS3 game that was upgraded for PlayStation 5. Neil Druckmann had noted on Twitter, I didn't forget this, and I talked about it in a video a couple months ago, but he said that the game would be available to be played on the Steam Deck, and right now the deck is not running it all too well, from what I can see. I haven't tried it out on my deck. I downloaded it on my deck, but then I realized, yo, I'm not going through this shaders nonsense again, and then I just uninstalled the game. But on the deck, I still haven't installed on my PC, of course, but there you go with all of that. And again, it's just so disappointing because why not just delay the game a little bit longer? Look, this is a port of a game that came out a decade ago. Yes, it got upgraded 6 months ago, but nobody would have cared. Like, I'm saying nobody's a stretch, but very few people would have cared if this game was delayed until the summer. You're gonna have a team working on patches. You're gonna have a team prioritizing the fixing of the game. Why not delay it another 3 months? Why not make sure it's a high-quality PC version and then drop it, and then you can have just all the positive momentum of people talking on social media. Look, like, these publishers have to understand. I get it that the developers, which by the way, Iron Galaxy under a lot of fire because Iron Galaxy did the abomination that was the Batman Arkham Knight port. They did the abomination, not the abomination, like Uncharted, the Nathan Drake, or the Legacy of Thieves collection worked really well for me, but I do know there were some mouse issues and things like that, but they were under fire for that, and now you have Last of Us Part 1 being an absolute atrocity as well. So, like, you know, just take the time, take the extra 3 months. Like, it would have been one thing if this was a big budget AAA new release that, you know, there's a lot of demand for it, but it's just Last of Us coming out right after the Resident Evil 4 remake, which a lot of people are busy with. I know there's a lot of momentum with the HBO series right now, but you mitigated all of that momentum by releasing an abomination of a PC version, so that's not doing anybody any favors. I get it that there's probably things that higher-ups and things that I don't understand that are well out of my pay grade, and that's why they had to get it out on a specific date, but I implore to, like, Sony, whoever, like, just delay these games. Like, I understand if it's like a Hogwarts Legacy and you have that date and you need to get it out, but in the case of a Last of Us, like, this game came out a decade ago. Wait another 3 months. You could literally time out the release so it would be like the decade anniversary or whatever, 10 years to the day of when Last of Us 1 came out. The momentum would have still been there. And guess what? Social media and just online talking is so powerful these days that if you drop a high-quality PC version, everybody's gonna know about it, but the inverse is also true, that everybody is going to know about a poor PC version, and right now on Steam, the game is sitting at a mostly negative Steam review. Do you know how much that hurts me to see Last of Us be released on Steam? Everybody acknowledges in the Steam review section that the game is really good. Everybody knows how good this game is, but the PC version is so bad that we are left with 33% positive? You should be embarrassed to release a game like The Last of Us, one of these games that's just so widely well received, and I get it, a lot of people think it's overrated, a lot of people think, you know, the mainstream gaming culture overrates the game, whatever, but you get the idea. The majority of people that played Last of Us absolutely adore this game. Usually people say it's one of their favorite games of all time, and the fact that it's making its debut on PC almost 10 years after the initial release, and you're left with a mostly negative reception on Steam? How can we let this happen? What is the quality assurance like that you let something like this happen? You know what Last of Us should be sitting at? You should ideally want this game to come out in as good of a state as possible, done by a high quality team that poured their heart and souls into getting this game as high quality as possible on PC, and it should be sitting at an overwhelmingly positive reception, 98% positive reviews on Steam right now. That's what it should be, and that's what it would have been had this been a good port. That's how highly people think of The Last of Us. So the fact that it's come to this 33% mostly negative reception. Like, mostly negative reception should be reserved for the abomination of the abomination. Like, it should be reserved for really bad games or really, really bad ports. I believe Wild Hearts was sitting at mostly negative for a while. I don't even know if it dipped this low. What's Wild Hearts at now? It's actually at mixed now, 47%. So right now, Wild Hearts is better than The Last of Us. And Wild Hearts was freaking awful! And it was done by Tecmo Koei, who have a track record of atrocious PC ports, so, you know, that's not a good standard to be compared to it. If we're talking Wild Hearts standard, well, let me just make sure about Wild Hearts. Yeah, 47%. What was Wo Long at? Because Wo Long had a lot of issues as well. Let's see. Wo Long. Currently 46%. So, yeah, Wo Long wasn't great. Wild Hearts wasn't great. Just a bad consecutive string of a lot of titles on PC these days just not coming out in a great state. You're looking at Wo Long, you're looking at Wild Hearts, Last of Us Part 1. Resident Evil 4, in my experience, has been fantastic. Atomic Heart, fantastic. So when these PC versions do come out and they're great, I feel like I need to give it some credit. I've heard, like, some people have some issues with RE4, but obviously it's not to the level of Last of Us, because go on Resident Evil 4's page, it's sitting at an overwhelmingly positive Steam reception at 97%. So, yeah, definitely not at the level of Last of Us's issues, but just such a bummer because you guys know me talking about this game, talking it up. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I've played it so many times through, and I wanted to play through it again on on PC, and for me, it's a somewhat playable experience. Like, I'll go back to it, and I'll see what's up with it after I complete Resident Evil 4, but yeah, just really, really a bummer to me, and hopefully they get all these issues remedied, but I just wonder, why not just take the time to make sure the port is as high, because it's Last of Us. Like, yo, this is one of the most iconic games of all time. Just get it right. Just get it right. It's one thing when it's Wild Hearts. It's one thing when it's Wo Long Fallen Dynasty, where, you know, it's a brand new IP, it's being released, it's a brand new game being released, but you have this in the oven, you know the game quality is superb. Just take the time to make sure it's high quality, because, yo, when a PC port is this bad, when it's this bad, the developers, everybody involved obviously knew. They obviously knew. That's why review codes weren't being sent out. So just delay it for a couple months. Like, in this case, a delay doesn't matter. Like, a lot of people are just checking out Resident Evil 4 anyway, so, like, let people be busy with that. Delay it for 3 months. Like, 3 months to get it right, and then, because the first impression is what matters a lot, and then we could go from there, but yeah, nonetheless, I'm rambling at this point. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Yeah, just really disappointing to me, especially if you know me and how much I love Last of Us. It's just a bummer. Hopefully they get it rectified and remedied here very shortly, maybe in the next couple of weeks, but for now, at best, keep this game on your wish list, wait for a steep discount, and, you know, maybe pick it up then when it's like sub 30 bucks. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.